Good evening, YouTube. This is Paul, and welcome to Reform Nerd. Like I said in the description, this episode's probably not going to be the most entertaining of ones, because basically I'm just going to be doing some damage control today. In my last stream, things went haywire pretty hardcore, and I am mainly just trying to figure out what went wrong and see if I can maybe find a way to save it. So that being said, let me just load up. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, looks like we got my stuff loaded here. Let me just make a couple of quick changes. On my setup here. All right, there we go. So pretty much, if anyone was paying attention last time, my entire system going to Atlanta just completely broke down. I had a random train going from Jacksonville to Atlanta that got lost and basically blocked up the entire system. And I was finally able to find a way to get a 4-track system here in Atlanta, but my utilization is still kind of off the charts. So I am going to be just taking a quick look around to figure out what I can do and how I can organize my trains a little bit better, because I think I have a lot of needless lines basically clogging up my whole system, and as you can see with my trains, they are nowhere near as profitable as they should be. So all of my trains are basically just barely pulling in a profit. However, I was able to save up enough money to buy out one of my competitors, and now the entire Northeast is available for my own expansion. So I'm going to go through a little bit of a tedious task, and I'm just going to be renaming some of my lines so I know which line is supposed to be doing what here. Because at this point, I don't even know what my trains are doing. So right here, this is my, okay, I basically have this one delivering grain to 2 different cities at the moment for Park Manor to Atlanta and Jacksonville. But, oh, I don't want to do that. Is Atlanta getting enough grain, though, even though it's sharing? Yeah, so grain's doing pretty good for Atlanta proper. That is a good sign. And how about Jacksonville? And Jacksonville's full on grain, too. So that train actually looks like it's doing something, despite the fact it's losing $245 in the last week. Maybe because it didn't actually make it to the city to make a delivery, possibly. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. Reed Estate to Indianapolis. Okay, so this is just Indianapolis sugar. But I wonder if it might be worth actually sending it through Stevens and State and just bringing in a little bit of everything rather than just that one load of sugar. I need to remember to stop doing that. Alright, so let's see what Indianapolis is doing. Alright, it's getting the cotton, it's getting the sugar. And what was the other thing? Grain. Okay. Grain, it's not really... It's got more sugar than anything else, which makes sense because it has a dedicated train working on that. And it doesn't really seem like it's getting enough cotton or grain. So, yeah, I think I'm going to change this one up, actually. I'm going to pop it onto manual. And I'm going to have it stop here as well. So, Reed Estate, I want you to pick up 4 sugar. Stevens Estate, I'll have you pick up 2 of each of these. And you should leave with nothing from Indianapolis. Let me see if that makes a difference. And yeah, you should be able to do that without clogging up the line here, but I'll keep an eye on that too. Because in this game, should does not necessarily mean won't. So this is going to be, well, let me, indie, sugar, grain, cotton. And what was that first train I looked at? This is the Jacksonville line, right? No, Allen Preserve to Charlotte. Ooh, okay. So I wasn't even looking at the top of the list, so I now I don't know where I'm at. Okay, so this is Allen Preserve to Charlotte. Allen Preserve is grain. So, well, a dedicated grain line for a beer-producing city is probably not that bad of an idea. Ooh, but it's got a lot of grain. Where is this train? Did it, like, just literally complete a drop-off? Charlotte to Washington. So, wait. Charlotte to Washington. Allen Preserve to Charlotte. And you're up here? What are you doing up here? Allen Preserve, Charlotte. And you're going into DC for some reason, despite the fact that your track is supposed to end here. Oh boy, that's not good. So what is it gonna do? I guess it's probably gonna get up to Washington and turn around, and then hopefully it'll get back onto the right rail system, I'm guessing. Yeah, because if you're Allen Preserve to Charlotte, so you're supposed to go from here to here, there is no bloody reason for you to be going into DC. Alright, I don't know what's going on here. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on that, but Charlotte is basically swimming in grain at the moment. So there's really no reason for you to be running all of that specifically here to Charlotte. I wonder if I could maybe give you a detour. Maybe you can get some vegetables on the way. But that's going to be hard to do because you're going to have to jump over the line to get here. Well, actually, DC, do you need vegetables? DC could use vegetables, but I think it has its own dedicated vegetable line. But you also have a lot of vegetables, so maybe you don't need a dedicated line. Alright, so if I send Charlotte to the vegetables... Okay, Charlotte should be on top. So Charlotte to the vegetables. You could pick up a full load of vegetables. Take half those vegetables to DC. Then go by Allen Preserve. And then back to Charlotte. That could work. Let me put you on manual. So you get to Moore Farm. Pick up 4 vegetables. You get to Washington. You drop off half those vegetables. You get to Allen Preserve. You pick up 4 grain. You get to... Wait, what? Oh. What? Wait, what's going on? Okay, so you get to Charlotte, you drop off everything. So the incoming train should have nothing here. But why won't it... No, the incoming train's not coming in with just vegetables. Okay, wait, I need to figure this out. So the incoming train here should have nothing. So how do I delete that? Alright, you get to DC. I want you to leave with half the number of vegetables that you came in with. So incoming, leaving with less. That works. Then you get to Allen Preserve. And you pick up grain. And then you get to Charlotte. And I want you to drop off those damn vegetables. Okay. So, I'm missing something here. Alright, the departing train. Whoa. Alright. Let me start from scratch here. Perfect. Alright. So we start at Charlotte. You leave with nothing. Perfect. That's good. You get to Moore's Farm. I want you to pick up a full load of vegetables. Why is this... This car cannot be reserved for this freight, as the incoming freight is not in demand here, and so it cannot be unloaded. Well, I don't want it to unload here. I just want it to pick up here. Boy. Okay, so you leave Charlotte. I want you to be empty, right? That's correct. Then get to Moore's Farm. I don't want you to have anything on the incoming. How do I just add it to the incoming train? Alright, you know what? I'm going to come back to this one later. This one's confusing me. I think I need to think about it. So yeah, you can get to Moore's Farm. And then you would be able to get to D. Okay, so the track works. Alright, Alright, I'm just going to put you on automatic and leave you on the original track. I'm going to figure out what to do about that here in a little bit. Maybe I'll get the hang of it later. Anderson logging to Nashville. So yeah, that's a quick and easy line. How's everything going in Nashville? You got quite a bit of wood. That's fine. That's expected. Because you do have the lumber company here, so I do want you to have a bit of wood here in Nashville. So that makes good sense. So I don't think there's anything I need to do with this one yet. But if Nashville starts getting full up on wood, more than it can handle, then obviously I'll take a look at that and fix it later. Look at all these trains just lined up. Okay, so Atlanta, Charlotte, this is express. That's fine. And it's making a decent profit, it looks like, so I'm going to leave this one as is for now, but depending on how that goes, I might have to specialize it or something along those lines. Alright, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Express. Very good. This one's not making a lot of money, though, so I may need to take a look at that later as well. To figure out why, but so this is also Atlanta, Jacksonville. Okay, so I have two different express trains going to Atlanta, except you're here. The way to get to Jacksonville is down. Why are you aiming to do this little thing? Oh, that's ugly. I don't know what's going on. Because you're already past Atlanta, so the only thing for you to do is to head down this way to Jacksonville. And you have a dining car, so it looks like I was setting this one up to be a passenger only. So Atlanta, Jack, passenger, express. So it looks like I'm gonna have to... Okay, so I already spotted this problem, and I think I fixed it. So I did set up waypoints here. Okay, that's something. Okay, and then why is this one carrying... Am I trying to get this one as a male, possibly? Passengers and mail only. Okay, so in Atlanta I have you as mail only, but I never put anything down for Jacksonville to be mail only. And I don't want it to be mail only. I just would like it to be preferred mail. Because if I got something left over, I might as well put a passenger or two on it. But if this is going to be primarily a mail line, I might as well add a mail car to it. Okay, so that should get me an extra 5% profit, even though I do lose one in terms of capacity. So Atlanta Jax Express here. What was your setup? Okay, passengers is a priority, but mail is not excluded, so that's good. Same thing for here. But I suppose I might as well... let me just add Mail Express to this one. Alright. And I suppose I should add waypoints to the passenger line too, because I see it's also going off into the middle of nowhere on its way to Charlotte. Okay, no, I have... Okay, I did that too. Okay. Bravo me. I fixed that last time and I completely forgot about it. Alright, now I have another Atlanta-Jacksonville line. So, I'm prioritizing steak to Jacksonville. Do I have another Atlanta-Jacksonville line? Yeah, okay, so I have two Atlanta... I have 4 trains dedicated to Atlanta-Jacksonville. That seems excessive, and judging from the profits, I think I'm overdoing it. Okay, so where's this train? Okay, this train is also completely off its rocker on its way to Charlotte. Alright, so this one is... This one's getting fabric to Jacksonville to be turned into clothes. And this one is... prioritizing steak and taking anything that Jacksonville wants to send its way. Okay. So, cloth. Jacksonville doesn't want cheese. I don't think it's big enough to want cheese yet. Yeah, 70,000, then it will want cheese. So, I think I can ignore the cheese demands for Jacksonville right now. Bear with me just a second here. Okay, so it does want fruit, it does want this, perfect, it wants sugar. So between Atlanta and Jacksonville, is there anything that I could pick up that Jacksonville would want? I mean, I could pick up cotton pretty easily. I could run over and grab some sugar. But I think I did set up a line here to bring some sugar to Jacksonville on its own. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything I'd be able to pick up on the way that would be beneficial in Jacksonville. So maybe I'll just leave this one as is for now. Even though the profit is ridiculously low. Does this one have waypoints? No, this one does not have waypoints. So I might as well add a couple of waypoints. just so that it actually follows the correct path and doesn't go north for some unforsaken reason. Well, actually, I think I did screw that up. So waypoint 1 should actually be on this track. But, alright, so waypoint 2. But it won't let me put this up. Okay. Fantastic. Apparently you can't put waypoint 2 before waypoint 1. I suppose that does make sense. Okay, so Atlanta to Jacksonville. And this is the one-way line in this direction. So Atlanta to Jacksonville, then Jacksonville up to Atlanta on this line. Okay, so that makes sense now. I approve. But does that mean my Atlanta-Jacksonville waypoints are also screwed up here? Yes, it does. Lovely. Alright, so waypoint 1 needs to be on the one-way track into Jacksonville. And then waypoint 2 needs to be on the track on the way out of Jacksonville. Alright, yes, this is starting to make sense now. Alright, good, good, good. And this train that's also screwed up somehow, yeah, I have you both on one-way lines. Okay, so I want you to take the one-way point to Jacksonville and the one-way point out of Jacksonville. There we go. So I think I found a few of the reasons why all of my trains are screwed up and heading north, even though they're supposed to be southbound trains. So I'm happy about that. Okay, so this is the one I was working on. So this is going to be Jacksonville cloth. And this is Atlanta Jacksonville, what, beer? No, this is a cloth. Ah, I'm so confused. Alright, so this is not the cloth line. This is the steak line, even though it's filled with cloth. So the Atlanta Jacksonville steak. All my trains are so unprofitable. Okay, and this is Atlanta Jacksonville fabric. And yeah, I should put down waypoints here. There we go. And where is the location of this train? The fabric train. Hey, this one is actually where it's supposed to be. So unlike all of my other Atlanta-Jacksonville lines, it's not stuck somewhere up here north of Atlanta for some reason. I don't know how I got my system all screwed up here. Okay, Atlanta, Nashville. This looks like it's an express line. And it's going on that new shortcut that I made. So that's good. But the shortcut should be in between the cities. So Atlanta, Nashville, and I suppose I'll put another one here just to make sure it goes back in the same way. And is this prioritized passenger or is it just all passenger now? Okay, yeah, it's just all passenger now. So Atlanta, Nash Express. All right, that's good. Now I got another Atlanta, Nashville, but this one's freight. And doesn't have anything prioritized, so I guess it's just taking whatever it wants. Freight. I won't bother with waypoints. I think this one's pretty obvious. If I do catch this one going around the long way for some reason, I might... Alright, look, I might as well just do it. I'm so confused as to why my trains are doing what they're doing anyway, so it doesn't do me any harm just to make sure it knows which way I actually want it to go. Okay, this is the grain line. I already did that. Then Charlotte to Atlanta with 3 stakes on it. That's a waste. So is there anything that I can get into Charlotte on this train, since they apparently don't need any more steak? Are they overflowing on steak? No, they don't. They don't have much steak at all. So why does it only have 3 steak? Yeah, this is so ugly. I got, what, 8 trains in line between Atlanta and Nashville at the moment? It's like Atlanta traffic, I tell you. And I guess you're supposed to be bringing beer back, but frankly, Atlanta has already a decent amount of beer, so I don't know. I'll leave this one as is for now. Freight, but I'm gonna keep an eye on that one. Now, Charlotte and Washington. This is my express line to Charlotte and Washington with a grand total of 3 cars full. Wash Express. But it did make 6,517 last week, so it looks like it's probably making a profit in the other direction. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like just there's not a lot of northern traffic to Washington. But for $6,517 last week, I'll keep an eye on it, but I think it's okay. Chicago and Indianapolis. You're next. So, fabric and beer for steak. Chicago has no need for fabric at the moment, I think. How big is Chicago? I literally just got connected to Chicago, so I don't think it doesn't have enough right now to have a need for that, because that was like the last thing I did in my previous episode. So right now, okay, Chicago Indy Freight, Harris Estate, and Memphis. Is this my manual line? Yeah. So you're picking up 4 and 4, and you're dropping everything off. Yes. Nice and easy. That's a nice, good one-way line. How is the supply right now for milk and sugar in Memphis? Milk is okay. Sugar is okay. Could use more of both, to be honest. It's not making a lot of profit either. But I don't think I want to put a second train down on this just yet. I do think I have a New Orleans freight train going to Memphis. No, I don't. Yeah, because they're both steak. Does New Orleans need liquor yet? Alright, New Orleans doesn't need liquor. I mean, come on. The one thing that you would think New Orleans would want is beer and liquor. Because I've been to Mardi Gras. But yeah, fair enough. Once it gets a little bit bigger, I'll probably put up a liquor line to New Orleans. And if I do that, then I might as well get it connected here for picking up a little bit more milk and sugar. But for now, that's okay. So this is Memphis, milk, sugar. Alright, Hilton fattening in Atlanta. So this is my steer coming in. How is my... Where's my... Oh, no, I clicked on the farm, not Atlanta proper. Okay. So how are my steers? Ooh, I need 7.2 a week, and I'm only down to 1 steer left. Oh, well, he's literally outside of the station right now, so I think this is going well enough. 4,000 a week. I know it's about $16,000 per drop-off, so it must be taking about 3 weeks to complete that run. That's long. Atlanta cow line. But I'll leave that one as it is for now. Howard Preserve and Washington. Alright, so you're bringing in corn and sugar to Washington. How is the supplies in Washington? Okay, let me close out of that. Why aren't you opening? There we go. So, sugar is... Ooh, I got a lot of sugar. And I already forgot the other thing. Corn. So, corn, yeah. Wow, that's... I got 9 weeks of supplies. And like 13, 14 weeks of supplies on sugar here. So this train really doesn't need to be doing as well as it is. Which one am I looking at? Howard Preserve and Washington. Alright. How big is New York? New York is decently sized, to be honest. Which makes sense. I mean, it is New York City, for crying out loud. So yeah, if Washington is overflowing on sugar and corn, I might as well finish the connection. I already built the station. And I will go on ahead and edit this one. So, start in Washington, go to Howard Preserve. I'm going to pick up 4 and 4, yes. Go to New York. Back to Howard Preserve. Oh, wait. I didn't tell you to unload. So, departing train has nothing. Oh, tools. I've never seen a tool factory on this game. I didn't know that that was a thing. Okay, cool. Alright, so Howard Preserve. I want you to pick up 4 and 4. And then go back to Washington. Well, I don't need to do that. So then back to Washington. Incoming train, departing train has 0. I think that's correct. Let me run through this. Okay, so incoming train has stuff. Leaves with nothing. Incoming train has nothing, picks up stuff, gets to New York, has stuff, leaves with nothing, goes back to Howard Preserve, has nothing, and picks up stuff. Yeah, that works. So hopefully that will cut down on the oversupply of Washington in regards to the corn and sugar. I just have to make sure that it doesn't get starved without that stuff. Corn, sugar. Washington and New York City. Okay, very good. Indianapolis and Chicago, you're next. Looks like a standard express line. Not making a great profit, but with these cities growing, I think that would change. So... Indy Chai Express, very good. Indianapolis and Nashville. Alright, another straight up express line, but a little bit more profitable, 6,000. That's respectable, I think. So, Nash, Indy Express. Alright, Jenkins Breeding and Chicago. I literally just set this one up, and I think that's the only cows coming in for Chicago. it's got 1 week of supply, so I have nothing to worry about yet. So that's the Chai cow line. Johnson Preserve in Memphis. Where's Johnson Preserve? Oh, right here. So this is just the fruit line. How's Memphis? Well, I mean, it's a liquor producer, so it's actually using that fruit. Ooh, but it's really already overloaded. Does Nashville need fruit? Yeah, Nashville needs fruit. Because I'm concerned about already getting close. Because I don't think I've had this running too long. So maybe I'll go on ahead and edit this. So set Johnson Preserve. Goes to Memphis. I wonder if 4 and 4 is enough. Okay, so if I put you onto manual, Johnson Preserve, I want you to pick up on 4. Memphis, I want you to drop off 4. And Nashville, I want you to drop off the other 4. Well, I mean, heck, if you're going to be going Nashville through Memphis anyway, I might as well have you stop off at Memphis. What can you pick up to take to Memphis? Let me... yes, I know. Alright, so Memphis... You need timber. Timber and beer. I mean, you're doing pretty good on beer already. But you don't have a lot of timber. So in Nashville, if you pick up 4 beer and 4 timber, then you get to Memphis, and you drop off all of that before getting up to the preserve again and loading up on more fruit. I think that should be good, and I do think that would free up Memphis Nashville Express, Memphis Nashville Freight. Yeah, so if I pass off the beer and lumber duties to my fruit train, that means I can delete or repurpose this one. Alright, I'm going to let time go by a little bit, just so this train can offload in Memphis. Alright, come on, get yourself pulling into Memphis here and unload. This is going to be your last trip. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I let time move for... Oh, wait. Did it clear up? Did it fix itself? Okay. That... I will be so happy if that was just a temporary mistake, because I just saw like 15 like warning lights pop up there. Alright, paused. So, manage train. And delete. I think that's right. 2,900 credit. I'll take it. So that's one last line. Did that line disappear now since it doesn't have a train assigned to it? Or do I just have like a line with an empty train? No, I guess it deleted the line as well. So that's good. That's good. Now, what was all of that going on over here about all of the trains waiting for each other? What's this one? Alright. So, my Jacksonville trains, did they Atlanta Jacksonville steak. Okay. So I guess that wasn't enough time for the Atlanta Jacksonville trains to make it to that turnoff. Because I don't see them up any further. So that's good for now, I guess. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, I guess all of those urgent alert symbols have gone away. Oh yeah. I can fix this now. I don't need that tunnel anymore, but I'll worry about that later. Where was I? Johnson Preserve, Memphis. So this is the one I just reset up. Yeah. So this is going to be... Ooh, I don't even know what I can name this one. It's the fruit line, and then it's the beer and wood line. So Nash... Well, Memphis is more south. So Nash... Freight / fruit line, I guess. Hopefully I remember what that means. Okay, Memphis, Jacksonville. Yeah, I basically just set this one up for a bonus, which I don't even think I got, if I remember correctly. But yeah, they gave me a connection bonus. Yeah, the same thing here. Bonus line for Memphis, Washington Express. So yeah, I really don't need that Memphis-Jacksonville line. I mean, people going to Memphis would just take the train to Atlanta and then take the Atlanta-Memphis. Is there an Atlanta-Memphis Express line? I'm not entirely sure if I set up a Atlanta-Memphis Express line. Alright, I'm not going to edit this one yet. Let me go through the other trains first and see if I do have an Atlanta-Memphis line, and if not, I'll just repurpose that one to be Atlanta-Memphis, because that would be a little bit more... it would be a shorter trip, and then if I'm using Atlanta as my hub, I guess, I'm like Delta now. So if Atlanta is going to be my main passenger hub, then that should be good enough. But all right, Lee Manor and Atlanta. What's Lee Manor? Lee Manor up here, sugar. So this is basically just bringing sugar into Atlanta. I mean, I got 5 weeks of sugar in Atlanta. But I am going through 1 per week. So if I'm going through 1 per week, it might be worth leaving this one for now, I'm thinking. Yeah, alright, I'll leave this one for now, but I'll keep an eye on it, because if Atlanta starts getting piled up in sugar, then I'll have to repurpose this. Because what could I do easily? I mean, I could just have it go to the warehouse. Because the warehouse is picking up what? Oh, it's literally only picking up sugar. Okay. That's probably a bit of a waste. I could probably get my milk into the warehouse easily enough. And I could probably even set it up for the cotton to get there as well. And I could just have 1 train, or maybe 2 trains running back and forth between Atlanta and the warehouse, which I think would be a little bit more efficient than having 3 different trains bringing in 3 different goods. Yeah, no, actually, that sounds like such a sound idea. I'm going to go on ahead and set that up now. So I want you to get... Well, I mean, this is such a quick line. Maybe I won't worry about the cotton for now, but I will at least add the milk. Yeah, that's good. All right, I'll set something up. When I get to the Atlanta milk line, I'll go on ahead and get that set up so that Maybe both trains will get redirected to here for now. So, yeah. This is coming into track 4 at the minute. So, if I can get track 1 connected to the main track. And get a switch on in here. Oh boy, I don't like that the train switched because I think that's a one-way track. Lovely. Okay, that could be a problem. Thank you, teleporting train. Alright, so my signals, this is one way in this direction. Fantastic. That's definitely not going to be a problem. So if I make this one way, and then I'll need to do the same thing here. Just to make this one way. Oh yeah, I built this just because of the Jacksonville trains that got in the way. So frankly, I don't even need this anymore. Yeah, and if I got this warehouse line now, I really don't need that at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that just to prevent the trains from getting too confused. Perfect. So if I get the sugar train coming in this way, it will depart back on the same direction and hop over to that line, and we could be able to get into Atlanta from there. Yeah, that should work out. So, Atlanta Sugar Line. I'm going to edit you. You're no longer going to Lee Manor. You're going to the warehouse. At the warehouse, I want you to load up with 4 and 4. And that should be good enough for now. Oh, wait. And then in Atlanta, you leave with nothing. I almost forgot that. Okay, so... Yeah, I don't have an Atlanta milk line? Oh, dear. Well, I guess I fixed a problem without even knowing I was fixing a problem. Because at least Atlanta should be able to get milk now. This is such a mess. Where was I? Next up is Martin Farm in Jacksonville. Alright, so this is just bringing in grain. How's the grain doing in Jacksonville? 8.4, 2.5 a week. It's a beer producing city, so I'm okay with that. That's probably a little bit more than it needs, but I mean, I do need to get grain into the city. And it's not big enough to need salt yet, so there's really no reason for me to worry about it just yet. Okay, Memphis and Jacksonville. Oh yeah, that's the one I was already talking about. Okay, so is there any Memphis-Atlanta lines? No, I don't see any Memphis-Atlanta lines. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead, delete Jacksonville. You're going back and forth to Atlanta. Passengers and freight only. Atlanta, Memphis, Express. There we go. That's progress. Okay. Wait. Memphis, Nashville, Express. Well, it's making 13,000. So apparently there's enough demand to keep it here. So Memphis, Nash Express. Moore Farm and Atlanta. Which one's Moore Farm? Moore Farm, where are you? no idea. Oh, wait, way back up here. Okay. That's a long haul. Just to bring vegetables in for Atlanta. How's Atlanta's supply of vegetables doing? 3.81. I'm going to keep an eye on this because I think 8 cars of vegetables, that's 8 weeks. I don't think this is going to be an 8-week travel time. It could be, especially with the way that my lines are acting up right now. That could be an 8-week trip. But I don't think it's going to be long before Atlanta's going to have more vegetables than it's going to be able to handle. But I'll leave it as is for now. Worst case, I can have it do 4 and 4, Charlotte, Atlanta, and then takes maybe something back to Charlotte because that Charlotte-Atlanta line's not making a profit anyway. So fair enough. Okay, more farm and Washington. So this is vegetables going to Washington. All right. So how is 10 vegetables? Yeah, that's 14 weeks, I think, of supplies for Washington for vegetables, and you're only taking 3 vegetables now. So that definitely needs some TLC. Could go up to New York, because New York is huge. New York needs vegetables, right? Yeah, it's got 0 vegetables. So I could set this up to a manual line. So more farm, pick up all the vegetables. Washington, you drop them off. And then you get up to New York and you drop them off. And I don't know, is there any reason? Alright, tell you what, I'm going to just put you on any goods to Washington. And then you depart with nothing. And you go back to the farm. Then you pick up more vegetables and off you go again. Yes. So this is Wash, NYC, veg line. Alright, that should be a little bit more productive. Yeah, I just made 1,300 last week, so that's definitely not the best use of that train. Right, more preserve in Atlanta. This is my grain line. How's Atlanta doing in grain? Not that hot, to be honest. So I'll leave you as is, Atlanta grain line, because that is a little bit of a long trip. But now I do have that little shortcut that I built for Nashville, because I literally just built that. But that's so close together, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this connected. Unless I could move that line. I mean, there's no reason I couldn't pull it back a little bit. That is a thought. Because going all the way down here to get to Atlanta, especially with how this thing gets clogged up all the time, it could be to my benefit just to reprogram it to take this shortcut. Alright, how much do I have to delete to even try this as an experiment? Not that much. Okay, so I'm going to delete those. So there. That's not too bad at all, to be honest. So this is my more preserved line. So what if I set it up with waypoints to come back on the shortcut? Yeah, I think that's acceptable. Was there anyone else using this line? Just the Atlanta grain line. So after I put that shortcut together, this whole mess down here is pretty much useless. The only thing that I could see it working for is if I wanted to get an Atlanta New Orleans line, which they're both steak. Does New Orleans need fabric? Not yet. Not yet. But it will within a reasonable amount of time. So yeah, I mean, it literally, if no one is using this line anymore, I should get rid of it. And once there is a demand, I mean, let me see my passengers. Does anyone want to get to New Orleans? Okay, I mean, there's a fair amount that want to go to New Orleans. How about in New Orleans? Does anyone want to get to Atlanta? Atlanta more than most. And right now, I guess they're just going through Memphis as kind of a stopping point. But can I find a way to get the line off of here? Doesn't look like it. So that means I'd have to take it off of the main line from here. So how much of a shortcut would this be? So if it goes straight to the cow farm, that's $104,000. But I mean, I got plenty of money. I'm not too concerned about that. But it would avoid the need to go through Memphis, Nashville, just to get there. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. So 22,000 in bridge. Yeah, that's a pretty short bridge. I don't think it can do much better than that. And the rest of it is earthworks. Okay. And I do notice that this is showing one way now. I don't want this to be one way at all. So I didn't bother to set this up properly. Glad I found that now as opposed to later. Alright, now I got my signals. I gotta get this all worked up. So yeah, it should still be one way. And up to here, I also want it to be one way. Okay, so I don't think I need that. So if a train leaving the More Preserve hops onto this line and heads out, then on the way back, it hops onto the one-way line heading out this direction, then it will have room to pop over and get out as well. Because I think this one part right here is out of the one-way, because it's always remaining white. So I think that little section right there is enough for it to get over. And there is a stop here. I need to stop here, of course. Alright, I think that should work. And then I might as well set up a new train line. New Orleans direct to Atlanta Express with the Rogers American as the express line. So I'll try that out for size. Let's see how that goes. And there's no one-way issues here, right? So yeah, you get in here, and this is going to be a two-way line. So I better put a stop here just to prevent any issues along those lines. Because this is a one-track station here. It's definitely going to need to get upgraded eventually. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Alright, bear with me just a second here. Oh, cool. Sorry, I was just changing my screens real quick. I wanted to see if anyone was actually on the stream. And yeah, there's actually a few people watching this time. So I'm going to take that as a compliment. Even though I'm a little embarrassed that you people are seeing how crap I had my system set up. But, you know, I'm new to this game. I just really like it. Alright, so... yeah, so I got the express train set up now. And I forgot to name it. So that's New Orleans, Atlanta. So Atlanta and O Express. Perfect. Alright, so where was I? My mission to decrap my lines is taking a while. But I feel like it's been productive. Parker Manor to Jacksonville. What's this one? Okay, Parker Manor to Jacksonville. Okay, so at Parker Manor, you're picking up corn. In Atlanta, you're dropping off the corn. So wait, where is this train located right now? Okay, so did Jacksonville just hijack this train? Why do you have beer? Where did the beer come from? I mean, obviously it came from Jacksonville. That's the only place that makes beer down here. But what are you supposed to be doing in Jacksonville? Because this was set up to be the corn line for Atlanta. And Atlanta's out of corn. Okay, so this is a mistake. Alright, in Parker, I want you to load up on corn. Then I want you to go to Atlanta and have no corn. Then I want you to get to the manor, and I want you to get corn. And then in Jacksonville, I don't want you to have any more corn. Alright. So that one seems nice and easy. I suppose I might as well put down... well, okay, no. Wait, why is this highlighted as the route? Oh boy, I don't like that. Okay, so I need you to use waypoint 1 to get to Atlanta. Then I want you to use waypoint 2 to get back. And Jacksonville, I don't think I need to tell you to do this, but I'm going to anyway. I want you to use... wait. Why won't it let me put down another waypoint? Oh dear. Okay, which is the one? Yeah, the south line is one way. North line is one way back. So waypoint 2 gets you from Atlanta back to the manor. And why won't it let me label waypoint 3 for you to be able to get to Jacksonville from here? What if I just put Jacksonville? So how are you aiming to get to Jacksonville without using this line? Okay, so Parker Manor, waypoint 1, Atlanta. Atlanta, waypoint 2, farm. And you're not using this line. So it's going from the farm all the way back up to Atlanta, through Atlanta, around here, and then working its way back down to Jacksonville before using waypoint 3 to get back to the farm? Seriously? Why? And you're not letting me click here to set up a new waypoint. Oh boy. Okay. I'm going to leave this one be and hope that the game is estimating the path wrong and that the train is smarter than that. Okay, so this is Atlanta, Jack, Corn. It was Corn, right? Yeah, Corn. Definitely gonna keep an eye on that one because I'm not sure how the game thinks that's supposed to work. Okay, and next up, I got New Orleans and Memphis. NO Memph Express, easy enough. Stevens Estate to Indianapolis. So this is Corn and... yeah, so I already set up this one. I don't think 2 of each is going to be enough for Indianapolis. So I think it would be in my interest to continue this train. So that would get 6 and 6 total getting into the city from here. Okay, I think I can live with that. 6 and 6 should be okay. So this is going to be Indy, cotton, and grain line. And if Indianapolis starts to get overloaded in some of those resources, then obviously I'll come back and revisit it. And if anyone's curious why I have this bridge here, the competitor had a line here before I bought them and disintegrated it. So once this actually gets taken care of, I will go on ahead and just delete that and put it back on top. I know it doesn't make a difference, but I don't like the look of it. Okay, so where was I? Stewart Preserve and Atlanta. What's Stewart Preserve? Okay, this is bringing in cotton, but it doesn't have a full line or full cart. So yeah, cotton is starting to get in abundance here. So I'm bringing in 4 sugar and 4 milk. To Atlanta. 4 sugar is a month of sugar. 4 milk is 2 weeks of... And it's 1.6 for cotton. So it seems a little bit risky. But what if I would connect the cotton farm to the warehouse? How easy would that be to do? Quite easy, actually. 30,000 in bridges. I think I can make that cheaper. 10,000 in bridges. Alright, so if I reroute my cotton to the warehouse instead of to Atlanta directly, that should increase the profitability of this line. Alright, how would this look? Let me add cotton to the mix. Max of all 3. Okay, so this is the Atlanta sugar, cotton, milk line. Okay, Atlanta sugar, milk, cotton, milk line. So you get to the warehouse. What does Atlanta need the least of? I think it was sugar, right? It needs 1 sugar, 1.8 milk, 1.6 cotton. So I can lose the sugar. Well, if I lose 2 sugar, 1 milk, and I pick up 3 cotton. Will that be enough? So that's 2 sugar per trip. Would it be able to complete this trip within 2 weeks' time? That's the question. I think it could. Alright, I'm going to set that up, and I'm going to keep an eye on this just to make sure that it doesn't fall behind. But in that end, I'm going to need to set this up to get the cotton to the warehouse. So there's going to be a hell of a lot of cotton in that warehouse, because it's going to be able to complete this trip pretty darn quick. But then I could just use the warehouse to get cotton to Charlotte and Jacksonville once they need it. if they ever need it. I mean, is cotton a demand? Does anyone ever demand cotton unless they have a fabric factory? Fabric factory. That sounds weird. But no, it doesn't look like anyone else is actually going to need cotton, except for Atlanta, unless I build another fabric farm, fabric factory, which I don't have any real indication for them to be doing. So that might be a bit of a waste, because there's no reason why I'm going to need that much cotton in the warehouse. I'm going to leave it that way for now, but I'm going to have to get more creative a little bit later. Cotton warehouse. Well, I don't have a line. Ooh, that's a good idea. Because I don't have any way to get milk into the warehouse right now. So if I go cotton warehouse, milk warehouse, and then back to here, that could work. Because that will limit how much cotton actually gets to the warehouse. So if you leave with nothing, you get to the farm and you pick up milk, then you get to the warehouse and you leave with nothing. I think that could work. And sugar automatically gets pulled here because this is within the radius for the warehouse to be able to manage the sugar. And that could work. I think I'm happy with that. So this is the warehouse cotton milk line. Okay, looks like I'm on the home stretch. Right fattening and Atlanta. Right fattening. Oh, so Atlanta did have a milk line, but now it's not needed. So I'm just going to remove that train, and that's one less line to worry about. And one less line to go wrong. Because all of my lines have gone wrong. Right fattening in Jacksonville. So this was bringing milk to Jacksonville? Yeah, it looks like this was going to bring milk to Jacksonville. So what else is in that warehouse? Sugar? Okay, so you don't have anyone bringing you sugar. So I think that would be a perfect use for this line. No suitable freight for this train available. Okay. Oh, I think this is one of the trains that got lost up here and is just now making its way back home. Right fattening warehouse. What were we supposed to do at the warehouse? Oh, wow, I screwed that up pretty good. Okay. So now I can delete... Alright, so you're just going warehouse to Jacksonville now. So in the warehouse, I want you to pick up milk and sugar. And then in Jacksonville, I want you to drop them all off. And then you head back. I think that works. Okay, so I think that was the last train. Just going to go through and make sure all of the names have changed. And hopefully that's going to help with my profitability. Alright. But I like it. Okay, so let me take a quick look at my express lines, make sure which cities I have connected. So I got Atlanta, Jacksonville, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Atlanta, Memphis, Atlanta and New Orleans, Atlanta and Nashville, Charlotte and Washington, Indianapolis and Chicago, Memphis and Nashville, New Orleans and Memphis, Nashville and Indianapolis. Okay. That seems pretty encompassing for what I have to offer at the moment. But I don't have a Washington, New York yet. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and set up a new line, Washington to New York, Express. Wash, NYC, Express. There we go. But this is not a double-tracked line, is it? It is not. So I'm gonna have this one coming off of so I'm gonna have this one coming off the 4th track. Oh, I didn't do that well, did I? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is delete this chunk of track. And I'm going to have this one coming into track 1 in New York. And I'm going to do the same thing here, coming off of track 4. Is there a way for me to just kind of squeeze this through? There is, but I don't like how inefficient that looks. So what if I mean, if I parallel this track, I'm kind of cutting off Washington from ever being able to do anything else with these tracks. So I want you to skip over the station and then get parallel again and then pulling into this. Great. So for my Washington, New York Express, in Washington, I want you to be on track 4, which means that you're obligated to use track 3 in New York and back. So what I am trying to do here is set up one just for express trains and one just for freight trains. I'm probably gonna go back and do that for the rest of my cities, but I'm not gonna do it right now because frankly this has been already a very boring live stream extravaganza for everybody. And me fiddling around with which track number each of these trains are using is going to be a good way to top it off, I'm thinking. I say that, of course, extraordinarily sarcastically. So I'll probably do that one off screen, to be honest. So I'm happy with that. And frankly, the next thing I would have is to get up to Portland, Maine. Because how's New York's consumption of beer? Only 0.9. Come on, New York. You're not putting it away faster than that? Okay. Well, I think I've done enough for now. Alright, so... maximum speed, yes, I'll buy you. Maintenance... speed, yes, I'll buy you. Stoker... liability of a train by 32%. I usually don't take reliability ones, but 32%, that's just too good. 20%. Ooh, 13% more for passengers, yes. 6% on freight, yes. 36, ooh, yeah. Oh, wait, am I firing people? I thought I was hiring people. I'm gonna have to go back and make sure I didn't accidentally fire somebody. Surveyor. Okay, I got a surveyor. Chief engineer. Carries out research, increases the week of growth. Okay, innovation points, 15%. Yes, I'll take that. Accountant. Reduces purchase prices by 18%. Ooh. Not just for locomotives, though. I think I... surveyor, 6%, 8%. Yeah, so this is... I mean, I might fire you later, but I'll take you for now. Alright, so I got a couple of good people now to put onto express lines. So, engineer. Well, let me see. What is my most valuable express line right now? 5,000... 12,000. Okay. You're a 6% speed increase. You're 9% speed. But this is such a short trip. I don't think speed is going to be a major factor here. So I'm okay with ignoring the speed for now. Stoker. This is reliability. Again, it's such a short one. I don't think it's going to matter that much. So, yeah, I'm going to leave this one as it is for now. And security guard. Well, let me see. He's a 15% increase on passengers. And these other guys are male. So, okay. I'm okay with that for now. What's on my mail line? Because I only have one dedicated mail line at the moment. So... 8% freight. So these are all the same. Conductor, 15% on mail. 15% on mail. 17% on mail. Oh, I do have another one for passengers. 13% on passengers. Okay, well, you're the best one for mail. So, yeah, I'm going to put you here. Stoker. Reliability. Or speed. I'm going to go ahead... 1,500. I'm not going to waste a speed guy on this one. But, shoot. Whoa, I got so many people. I didn't even know I had this many people. Alright, well, oh, because I just bought the competitor. I got all of their people. Okay. So, therefore, I have more speed people than I thought I did. So I guess I can spare one for this line. Engineer. Yeah, an extra 5% speed. I'll take it. 12,000 on this one. So I got 6% speed. I might as well go on ahead and give you a reliability bonus, even though it is such a short trip. Charlotte and Washington. That's a little bit of a journey. So I'll give you a speed bonus. And a Stoker for another 8%. Alright, I'll go for it. Indianapolis and Chicago, that's a short one. But I got the people to spare. So yeah, I'm gonna throw them on as well. And I know that all of these people have their own little personalities, and depending on their personality, they get on better with other people, but honestly, I don't care to micromanage these trains that much. So I'll pass on that. So 10% on passengers, sure, I'll put you on there. Memphis and Nashville. Again, that's so super short. What's your bonus? 17% on passengers. Yeah, that's good. I won't bother giving them a speed one, but I'll give them a reliability one. And engineer. Extra 20% in reliability. Wait, I haven't hired them yet. 8% speed. So yeah, I'm just gonna make this a super reliable train, I guess. I mean, it's a bit of a cash cow, so reliability in that sense would probably be worth it. New Orleans and Memphis. It's not making that much money, to be honest. Alright. Would it be a waste to put a speed person on this train since it's not making a ton of money? It probably will be a bit of a waste, but at this point I got so many people, I'm not so concerned about it. And it's such an underpopulated line, I don't even really care about the reliability so much. 13% passengers, sure. Nashville and Indianapolis, again, another super short line. Washington and New York. I think this could be a profitable one. And it's really close. I don't really need the speed bonus. So I'm going to put reliability down. And reliability. $15% bonus. Yeah, might as well. So I still got people left over. That's my last engineer to assign. I got 2 more stokers for reliability, so sure, I'll put you down. Conductor, I got 1 more after this. So I'll put you in for a little bit of a bonus. And I think I got enough for 1 last train. So yeah, engineers, I'm out of engineers. Well, you know, what the heck. I'll buy you and put you there. Stoker, this is my last one for reliability, so yes, I'll put you down. And conductor, I got 1 more with a bit of a passenger bonus, so I'll put you down. And security card is all freight. Okay, so the only thing I have left is stuff for my most profitable freight. So I think this line is going to be worth it. 8% extra on freight. Sugar, cotton, milk line. Warehouse to Atlanta. This is such a short one, and it's picking up such a diversity of goods that I think it's always going to be full. So yeah, I'm gonna go put a security guard onto this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, I got 8 more to assign. Okay, I don't think I need to be so picky. If I have 8 more of these to assign, I don't think it's going to matter as much as I'm thinking it will. So I'm just going to throw these down wherever I can. Alright, so Jacksonville Grain. Sure, you get one. You get a security guard. You get a security guard. And you get a security guard. Everyone except for express lines. Washington, New York City, Sugar. Yep. Okay, you get a security guard. 3,800 on this line. Okay, you get a security guard. Express lines. 1,000. Oh, well, I just got one there. Memphis Milk Sugar. You get a security guard. Memphis, I think I put one there already. Yes, I did. Okay. So, Jacksonville Grain, I think I already did. Yeah. Okay. Indy Sugar Grain Cotton. Did I do that one already? No. But you get a security guard. Indy Cotton Grain. You get a security guard. Chicago Indy. Yeah, sure. You get a security guard too. And that means all of my security guards have jobs. Alright, so I got 100 research points. Okay, yeah, I was saving up for this one. So I need to unlock one more thing before I can get the extra freight car here, or the better freight train here. Alright, so I'm going to save up until I get 300 points, just so I can get this for a bonus in mail transit. And then after that, 100 more points, I'll be able to afford this. So yeah, I don't need to worry about this stuff for a while. Alright, I'm gonna unpause for the first time in like, I don't know, 2 hours maybe? How long have I been playing this? Yeah, about 2 hours. So I'm gonna unpause for like the first time in 2 hours and let's see what happens. Alright, how's that mess of trains going here? Okay, so Atlanta sugar, cotton milk. Literally only got 2 shares. Well, that's fine because they're still haven't even been able to make it out of there with the new deliveries of the milk and sugar. So off he goes and gets out of the way. Atlanta-Jacksonville Passenger Express, taking the long way around for the scenic route through the warehouse. Oh, and then it turns around? I mean, at that point, you might as well just go down to Jacksonville, but alright, fair enough. You do you. Reporter? I forget what they do. Are they the good reporters or the bad reporters? Writes a critical newspaper about your competitors. My competitors are shit anyway. There's no reason to bother with them, to be honest. Alright, you're loading up. Taking cotton to the warehouse. Waiting for warehouse. Oh, okay, so I didn't. Alright, yeah, I guess I didn't label this one with a stop. But yeah, you might as well get a little bit closer than that. If you're going to have to wait, that's fine, but don't wait all the way down there. And which train did you say you're waiting for? Waiting for Warehouse Jacksonville. This is Warehouse Jacksonville, so yeah, he's pulling in real quick. I might as well put a signal down here as well. And here, just to prevent too much of a backlog between these tracks. And really, I mean, I got 4 lines here. I might as well set 2 of them up. I mean, why have them wait for each other when there's really no need for them to wait? Breakdown, bad condition. Ooh. Do you have a where? 400. I mean, I might as well buy it. I mean, 428 is not too bad for an industry, and I am in New York. Just I have nowhere to sell. Yeah, I have really nowhere to sell those items. Breakdown, bad condition. Memphis milk sugar. Did I forget to build? Yeah, I never built a construction building here. Fair enough. Alright, I got that taken care of now. Random breakdown. Okay. Slow due to missing equipment, so I forgot to put down a supply tower too, didn't I? Okay, so put down a supply tower here. Now I'm just catching all. Now that time is moving, I'm catching all of the things I forgot to do. Alright, so sugar and milk is making it to Jacksonville, I think for the first time, so that's good. My new line is doing a bit of good in that regard. Wait, you're being unloaded again? Okay, being serviced. What was this bad condition one over here? Is that because I don't have a... No, I do have a maintenance building here. Atlanta Jacksonville Passenger Express. I thought you had gotten to the warehouse and then turned around to go to Jacksonville. What are you doing here now? I don't know what you're doing. You're just kind of making your own little... Wow. So you're on your way to Jacksonville now. Wow, that's ugly. That's so ugly. I don't know how you got this in your head as the best idea to get back and forth to Jacksonville and Atlanta. Oh dear. Waiting for Atlanta-Jacksonville Express. Waiting for warehouse in Jacksonville. This is warehouse in Jacksonville, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh, I never set this up as a two-way line. Okay, so parallel tracks all the way. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to delete this. Have a stop in this direction. And I'm going to go ahead and put in a switch down here, even though I think the station itself does have switches now because it's a large station. But regardless, it doesn't hurt. One way here. Okay, so that should allow this train to go, and there's going to be enough stops along the way that I think that fixes everything. It does. Hey, that was actually reasonably easy. I'm happy with that. Missing equipment, but the station or the supply tower is right here. What's going on here? No suitable freight for this train. Atlanta-Jacksonville Mail Express. So there's no mail that needs to get to Jacksonville? There's 6 mail that needs to get to Jacksonville. Alright, I'm going to keep an eye on that. Oh, where is this? Winnebago. Ooh, that's way out there in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I don't need that. Okay, waiting for more trains. Oh, wait, what? Waiting for Atlanta-Nashville Express. Waiting for Atlanta-Memphis Express. But... So... Is it just that I need to... Oh, fantastic. There's not enough room on this track for 2 trains to pass each other, despite the fact that he can obviously fit. I mean, there's no reason why he needs to stop. But they just got timed up perfectly that... Yeah, and there's nothing I can do. I can't put any stops in between where they are now and where the connection is. And if I delete... Yeah, and it's not going to let me pull a line off here. So the only thing I can do is delete the whole damn thing. Oh no, I can't even... They won't even let me do that. Fantastic. Wow, so I don't know what I can do here. Okay, so I got these 2 trains that literally are not able to pass each other. Despite the fact that they can totally pass each other. Just the game wants to be ridiculous and difficult. And it won't let me delete it. And it won't let me add anything to it. So how the heck do I get out from this pickle? Because it's not like I can give them an alternate route if they won't let me build any tracks. Yeah, I mean, if it's not going to let me pull off any track, then how am I going to fix this? Alright, looks like I got like 5 people watching me between the streams. If any of you have an idea, you're more than welcome to tell me. Maybe I should just delete the stop? What if I do that? What if I just delete the stop? Will it let me do that? Now what happens? Nothing. And like I was saying, if you want to micromanage it, you can avoid personality conflicts. There are now often arguments on the end. You should not assign employees who have problems with each other. Would you like to see more information on the training question? Fine. So, who's causing the problems here? I'm just going to unassign you. Yeah, now they're happy. That's annoying. Alright, so back at the problem at hand. So I deleted this stop, I thought. No, it won't let me delete it because it's in use. Yeah, they won't let me delete the stops. Okay. So is the only thing I can do is delete the train? And that seems like a waste. Yeah, does anyone know or have any idea? I definitely would be happy for a suggestion. No, I don't see anything coming in on the chats. Alright, so I'm just gonna have to delete the damn thing, aren't I? So this is Atlanta Nashville Express. Damn. Yeah, now that one can move. So to prevent that from happening again, I'm just going to make this longer. Oh, but not that long. Still too long. So one way here. And it looks like I can move that just a little bit further. And then that means I need to set up a whole new Atlanta Nashville Express. Alright. So I think you're the one that was on that train. No tasks, so I guess you're the one that was on the train. Your conductor. No, this is the one with no tasks, so you were the one that was on that train. Okay. Very good then. Oh, come come on. Atlanta Memphis Express. Why are you waiting? Okay, in Atlanta, can I just put you on track 2? Will that fix the problem? Yeah. Okay, so why weren't you just going to track 2 on your own? Okay, so you head into here, and then the new train is off. Perfect. So that looks like it's working out. What's going on up here? Missing equipment. Did I build a... No, it doesn't look like I ever built a supply tower, so... Is there a place I can put it on to get both of those lines? Yes. So right there will work. And you're getting into... Oh, promoter. Alright, you're just ticking people off. I'm just going to fire you. So promoter, 200... I mean, I don't really care about money. I got plenty of money. 6 weeks of bonus transit. Alright, I'm going to hire you and put you into Atlanta just because that's my hub city. So if people want to get to Atlanta and they'll come from everywhere to do so, that should work. Because I think Atlanta has a express train with pretty much every city in my network, with the exception of these ones up here, but they'll come to Nashville and then be able to get to Atlanta from there. Alright, so I'm gonna let time go again. Random breakdown, great. Just as I was planning on doing something here. Increase the number of passengers in every city by 8%. Yep, I'll take that. I don't care. I got the money. I'll buy everything. Okay, so come on, get yourself fixed and get off the track. Because I think I'm going to move my New York traffic to track 3. That's gonna kind of break the goal I had about having one freight and one passenger focused, but I'm okay with that for the most part. So if I delete this... Oh, maybe I should have waited for him to get out of the city. Will the train be able to figure out what to do there? Will it switch tracks on me? Okay, yes, it did. Okay. I was worried. I was like, will it know how to switch tracks? Well, I only got one train on both of these tracks, so I think I'm okay for now, but it probably wouldn't be a good idea to, wouldn't be a bad idea to set these up as one-ways. Because I do think they can get back and forth. Well, maybe not here, because they're switching... I don't know. I'll keep an eye on that. I'm not sure if this will work in New York, because there's... I'm asking them to do that in between tracks. But the reason why I wanted to do that was I'm going to be setting up a new station here in Pittsburgh. And I want to get this connected to DC. Ooh. The damn Appalachians always get in the way. I mean, I could afford a tunnel, but, you know, I'm a little bit of a cheapskate. I don't mind admitting that. So is there a way for me to avoid having to build a bridge or a tunnel? I mean, 8,000 for a bridge, I can handle that. There we go. So, are they able to make the switch on the tracks on the way back? Are they there yet? No, he's not there yet. Okay, crap. New York can't be reached. Good damn. So, locomotive missing equipment, that might be an easier fix. Which line is this? Atlanta, sugar, cotton. So I built this little extension just a tad too late. For those trains to be able to use this station. So I think I can just go on ahead and demolish that supply. Oh, I didn't mean to take the tracks with it. Oh, come on. Alright, so now you have that set up as a track. And hopefully everyone's able to use that supply tower. Ooh, connection bonus. 416,000. Ooh. Oh, I mean, heck yeah, I'll take a 400,000 bonus to connect this, even though I don't think a single one of my cities need that resource. Okay. So it looks like I could put it down right here. Yeah, I think that is actually a decent idea. So, will it allow me to delete? No, that's in use. How about this side? Will this side be in line? Yeah, I could build this right here. And it's within reach. So, if I plop down this train station, will it connect with those lines already in place? Or do I just have to kind of eye it up? And of course, it wouldn't be that easy. That's the optimism that the game should have destroyed from me already, because in this game it just seems like they are waiting to disappoint you at every turn. And yeah, that's too tight. It's not going to work here either, so my little shortcut of an idea kind of turned out to be anything but. Okay, so I got that connected. Can I find a way to get this working? It was such a small, easy adjustment. But it's turned into this whole damn thing now. Whoa, how far back did that go? Good God. Alright, that was... This was a mistake. This was nothing but a mistake. Alright, so... You gotta build a little bit of a bridge to get down to level here. Alright, you swing around into this direction. And as soon as that bridge comes back down, I wanted to pull off so I can have another one-way in the opposite direction. And then merge back together. And now I need to get this all labeled up again because I deleted all of it. So one way in that direction. One way in this direction. Okay, so I salvaged that. Now what other damage do I need to overcome here? Oh, and then I also needed to do... Yeah, wasn't there a train coming down this other direction too now that I have to worry about? So if I loop this one off... Have that come down. Is there a way to get this connected before the station? Or did I screw that up too? No, it looks like there's just not enough room for me to swing this around in that direction. Bless it. Alright, well... That will only be a problem if I need to send this... Alright. Yeah, the quarry isn't going to be in demand for a while. So if I do loop this train out to this side, if I can find a place that will accept it, alright. So now I got that back together. And I need to stop here. And a rail switch option here as well. Except there's not enough room to do that. Oh my. My little shortcut turned into a real pain in the neck. Oh no, there's just enough room. Just enough room. Alright, that is really good. Alright, so this is supposed to be one way in this direction, it looks like. Well, frankly, why is it one? Ah, goodness. Which way was one way? Which way was the other way? Alright, so both of these have a stop before the merge. And alright, I don't see anything that's really requiring me to have this. Alright. So keep that one way. And keep this one way up until here so the trains can switch back and forth if necessary. And keep that one way up to here. Alright, I think that should work. Did I get my 400,000 bonus? I really hope I got my 400,000 bonus. I was so distracted I didn't even notice it. But now I got the quarry connected in case Atlanta ever needs it. No demand, no demand. Alright, so they paid me 400,000, but not a single train's gonna stop there. Missing equipment. Alright, so the other problem up here was New York can't be reached, New York can't be reached, because they are on track 1, and New York is only on the other tracks now. So, is there a point where I could somehow get them back connected? Am I seriously gonna have to build another bridge just to do this? Oh. You know, I really need to be more careful in this game. They really don't seem to approve of people taking shortcuts trying to solve problems. Alright, so what can I do here? Because I got 2 trains coming in. This one's going from vegetables. So it's going from here to Washington to New York back. Okay. So as you get close... Okay. So in the future, if you could... there's just no room to do anything. Alright, so... So this is one way coming up into here. That's one way coming out from here. And will it let me... No, even then it's not going to let me pull this... Alright, so what am I looking at? Charlotte Washington Express. You're going to head on into track 1 and everything's fine. Charlotte Grain, you're going to move into track 1 and everything's fine. New York can't be reached for this one either. It's on track 4, which goes literally all the way to New York. Is it that you just can't... Why can't you get to anything in New York? Oh. I see. Because I didn't set that up as a parallel track. Alright. So coming out from here... If I pop on one of these, that should be a step in the right direction. And then get this connected out to here. And then I would like to go around the station. And then parallel it again from there. I can do better than that. So parallel the station, the track from here to there. Alright. So I would like this to be primarily... The switch is here. So I'd like this to be primarily one way all the way down in this direction. So if a train is leaving, either track 3 or track 4, they should be able to get over to this one, which will be one way all the way up. But the only concern now is I think I have a stop at Howard Preserve on the way down. So if this is one way, I'm going to need to put in a hop over here. Alright, so if it's one way out on track 4, if a train is moving in this direction, pops on over to this route, it can get into Howard Preserve and then back out this way. So I would like this to be one way all the way down. And this to be one way this way. Alright, so I am so confused. So now that I've got this set up, looks like I need to make some adjustments in New York. How far back to that delete? Okay, all the way back to here. That's not awful. So I'll put you into track 4 and you into track 3. And then I'll need to set up a option here. Very good. All right, now the one-way system should work. I think. All right, let me turn on time. Okay, so now he's fixed. For now. And I never devised an option for these trains to get over to the right track that they need to be able to get to New York from the south. So what can I do to allow this train to get over to New York? I mean, oh, that would work, at least for this trip. All right. Which trains are using this station? 2 of them. So you're going from Washington to Howard Preserve. Ah, boy. Alright, I'm expanding the station. There's not enough space. Alright. Alright, this game hates me. Alright, okay, so I can't even expand the station if I want to. So I need to figure out how... Oh, come on. Why can't I expand the station? What if I just... I mean, I only need a 2-track station here. Alright, is it these tracks that are in the way? Can I... Okay, good. I can do it now. Okay. Alright, so in this case, I want to keep the parallel tracks going. And move into the station here. And into the station here. I try to get too fancy, and honestly, for 60,000, this is more than worth it. Okay, so I want this to be one way the whole way. And I want this to be one way the whole way. Very good. And yeah, there's the switches here. And the switches here. Oh dear. But that still doesn't solve this problem with this train that needs to get to freaking... Wait. Oh, hey, actually... What if I just reverse the directions? Yeah, all of these one-ways... Switch directions... Yeah, switch directions. Alright, so with that, he should be able to get to New York now. Yeah. That was not as hard as I was making it. Alright, so let me see if this works. So now they can both make it. Atlanta remains the biggest city. Who really knows American Central? Hey, 120,000. Ooh. That's moving along pretty good. So Atlanta grows. That means it now needs nothing. Oh, no, there's new stuff. Alright. So I got plenty of leather. Now it wants salt and tools. And some advanced stuff. Alright, I know I have salt in Jacksonville. And I have tools in New York. But I really don't want to set up an express train going all the way to New York and back just to bring Atlanta tools. How many a month do you need? 1.2 a month. So that round trip to New York for 8 cars of tools. Yikes. That's going to be tough. Salt's not so bad. I think I can manage something with the salt. And Jacksonville has plenty of grain, right? Yeah, it has 14 grain. So I can afford to add a stop to the Jacksonville line. Alright, so if I have my Jacksonville line take some salt to the warehouse, and then to turn around and head back in this direction to Jacksonville. But then how it's going to get to this line? That's the same problem I had within the whole New York situation. Is there enough room for me to get this connected somehow? Yes, there is. Okay. So I might be able to make this work. Alright, which train uses this line? Where is he? Okay, so that's the Jacksonville grain line. if I move you over to manual, so at Martin Farm, if you pick up 4 and 4, you go to the warehouse. I add salt to the warehouse. So once you get to the warehouse, you drop off the salt. Then you head down to Jacksonville. I don't know if Jacksonville's going to get enough grain this way. But I'll keep an eye on that. If Jacksonville grain starts to bottom out, then I'll know that there's a problem, and I'll revisit this. But that also adds another issue with this line, because he's already pretty much at capacity trying to get enough sugar, milk, and cotton to Atlanta. I don't think I can add salt to this line. So, what if I make this 4 and 4? Then I set up a new line. I forgot what I deleted. What did I do? Alright, so this is sugar and cotton now. So sugar and cotton, I'll delete the milk. So if I set up a new line going from Atlanta to the warehouse, so at the warehouse, you pick up 4 and 4. Then you get to Atlanta and you drop off everything. So now I got 2 trains dedicated to getting stuff to Atlanta. And then he's going to go off to get milk to bring into the warehouse. Warehouse, Jacksonville. Atlanta Jack Steak. Who's the Atlanta Jack Steak? Why are you waiting here for Atlanta Jack Steak? Alright, he's at the supply tower now. Alright, he's past the supply tower, and then you start moving. Okay. That is unacceptable. Adding more stops along that line. No reason for you to wait that long. Alright. And what are you doing here? Being unloaded of nothing. And now taking sugar back to Jacksonville. And what else were you supposed to pick up? Alright, milk. But there's no milk yet in the warehouse. Right. Okay, so off you go. The milk is coming into the warehouse now. So next time he makes it up here this way, Another personnel breakdown. Come on. I didn't realize that this would happen. Oh, great. And they're both reliability people. Alright, so... I don't have any other of them to deal with. So what if I put you on there instead? Does that help? It looks like it. It looks like it. So we'll see what happens there. Hey, I should have enough research to do my thing now. Alright, so I got 300 to unlock this. And in another month or two, I should be able to get that faster freight train, which would be a big help. Waiting for Charlotte Grain. Oh, okay, so he's getting out of the way. And then this one's coming in. That works. That works. Alright, I'm pleased. I think things are working. Uh-oh. No suitable freight. Well, oh yeah, of course there's no suitable freight. You're just dropping off. What the heck are you complaining about? I don't want Atlanta sending anything to the warehouse. The warehouse is supplying Atlanta. Whoa. Warehouse cotton milk line. Oh, okay, yeah. He just dropped off his milk and now he's running off to get more cotton. Yes, he's running off to get more cotton. So that's acceptable. Okay. And you are off taking some of that milk to Atlanta, and you're supposed to bring salt too, but Jacksonville hasn't had time to get salt up there. So yes, I think that's going to work. So, how do I get tools from New York? That's going to be the big challenge here. A connection bonus for St. Louis? Oh, well, heck yeah, I'll take a connection bonus. Moore's Farm cannot be reached. Crap. Who is this? Washington, New York Veg Line. Okay, yeah. So, if you're coming in on this line, where can I get you to connect? Alright, which one's this? So this is the one-way line. So if I can somehow get you connected... so I need to find a way to get you to merge onto this line. How quickly can I get you as a parallel? And there's just not enough space to get you there before the bridge. Yeah, that sucks. Just not enough room. Alright, so... there's not enough room to do that. I really don't want to have to make a third bridge across this little narrow... I don't know, what would that be? Washington? Potomac? Yeah, probably the Potomac? Or is this the Potomac? This is the Chesapeake Bay. I think the southern one is the Potomac? I don't remember. It is not important. Stay on track here, Paul. What if... could I get this one to merge on somewhere? No. So I'm not even able to get this one to work. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna take the night to think on this because, yeah, this is pretty screwed up here. How long have I been going at this? Ooh, yeah, I just hit the 2-hour mark. So I think that's long enough for now. Because I really don't want to have to build a third bridge. I mean, I got $9 million. I can afford a third bridge. But, yeah, it just doesn't really seem like it'd be worth it. But, hey, I really appreciate the time. I'll probably be streaming this again either tomorrow or maybe Wednesday, depending on how quickly I get around to it. But please, follow me or subscribe or whatever. I'm on 2 different platforms, so I'm not sure what the lingo is. And I'll be happy to let you know when I get back to it to finish it up. But I really do appreciate the attention, and I thank you all for bearing with me as I try to sort out the problems that I created in my last stream. Let me take a quick look at the trains. Profitability on the trains, some of them went up a lot. And others did not. But still, some of them definitely went up. So I'm going to take that as a win. And tune in next time as I figure out how to get New York connected to the rest of the system and how in the heck I can get tools from New York to Atlanta, because those are literally the only 2 cities that are worth their salt on the East Coast at the moment. That is going to be difficult, but I think I can figure out how. And also getting St. Louis connected to the system, which should be pretty easy. I'll probably just run a train through the logging camp. But yeah, those are my top 2 of the list things to do next time. But yeah, if you follow me, I'll be happy to give a shout out when I continue this. And I do thank you again, and have a great one. It's always a pleasure.